Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a review on the Nerf Flipfire. Yes, I gotta clean my desk. Like I'm cleaning every other part of my house except for the desk. But yeah, so anyway, so the Zombie Strike Flip. You saw this last week with the Dominator. The Flipfire is just a smaller version of the Dominator, or vice versa. The Dominator is a bigger version of the Flipfire. And it's a very neat blaster in that I think this came out first, that it has this flip function. And it's two disruptors put together with that function. But it's in the Zombie Strike line, and it doesn't feel like it belongs there, except for the grip. Because again, all the Zombie Strike blasters are things made out of spare parts. They look like they're jury-rigged together out of things. This one does not look like that at all. It looks like its own thing and all that. So it's again like with the Dominator. It doesn't feel like a Zombie Strike blaster. But I forget how much these things retailed for. I want to say $20, maybe $15. I'm thinking inflation prices, but you could still technically get these. There's a lot of knockoff versions of this blaster. Like X-Shot makes them, and they have the different skins. I might even buy one of them just to compare the two. Like, is it better to buy one of these or get one of the X-Shot one? Well, thrifting or get the X-Shot one. The thing is, with the X-Shot one, it's like they come in skins, and I want the Enigma skin. I like the Enigma, except I never could find the darn thing, and when I do, it's never on sale. I don't want to pay $15 for that thing. And that's for like that pump action revolver one. Was it $15 or was it $20? I forget, but anyway, so I don't know why I never find them thrifting either. I like only see the little X-Shot pistols. So anyway, so it holds 12 darts and all that, and you flip it with this thing. And oh, I'm tired, guys. I just did an 8-hour night shift, and I need to get more sleep, but I freaking woke up nightmares of atomic fire. It's not going to look like Fallout, guys. Like, I know we want to live in Fallout, but it's like, no, it's not going to look like that at all. Ugh. But yeah. So, let's see. The FPS for this blaster was surprising to me because, again, it was hard to aim through the chronograph, so it came out weird. But I think like this probably is a very good like sample of it, like 63.7 and all that. So it's not that it's bad at all, because it's getting close to 70, which is the average. And oh yeah, it has Slamfire. I forgot to mention that. But the Slamfire is weird on this. Let me just tangent again, just because sometimes it just kind of chokes up on you. But yeah, I don't know if that's a lemon, because I find a bunch of these that don't want to work right. And I've sold a bunch of them that kind of don't want to work right. Oh my goodness, why does this thing keep... Oh, it's the cables tangled on the seat. Let me fix that. Here we go. Sorry, tangents, lack of sleep. Anyway, so this one's the only one I've gotten that isn't kind of lemony. Yeah, so FPS, I'm gonna say it's okay. I think this could be like just a deviation in the performance in the different versions. Accessories, it had no accessories with it. Sling attachment point. This one's weird because it technically has 3. It has one right here, and I think you could use this, but not really. But I'm counting it because I think somebody might count it. But I think this is really the only one that works. This is just too narrow and all that. So it's not that it's bad. Like, it's a pretty decent sling attachment point, so it's like, okay. I'm going to give it an okay with that one. Comfort is interesting. It's not too heavy. It's no different than using a disruptor. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It doesn't The grip feels bigger though, and it has this notch right here to kind of. I feel it. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I feel it. And same thing with this right here, and everything. So this is I feel more. It doesn't bother me too much, but I could see like why I wouldn't want to use it because of it. And another weird thing is like this is an ergonomics thing. To load this blaster, let me grab a dart. Get these grooves right here. Supposed to put them in these grooves. I don't like that. I wish the groove was on top. I would like to load the, because essentially, let's say you're out of ammo and you're picking up darts. You have to essentially load these up first and then go through the mechanism, which can fail if it gets interrupted. So, yeah. Is there another blaster like this? For some reason in my head, I keep thinking there is, or it's just the other ones I've owned. Probably just the other ones I've owned. I'm having like serious mandala effects for the last few days too. But yeah, so it's comfort-wise, I don't like it, but it's not the worst thing. It doesn't, so I'm gonna say it's okay. Looks. Again, this thing does not look like a zombie strike blaster to me. I honestly could think that this blaster, if it had a different paint scheme, can work as a sci-fi blaster. No, it reminds me more of like something I've seen in a sci-fi movie, or even a Yu-Gi-Oh card, the Widow Anchor from the Sky Striker series. So yeah, it has those kind of elements to me. So I think it's a good looking blaster. And all that profile. No one's going to think this is a gun, so it's good. Technical points. It has one tactical rail on top. Should have had another one. And all that. This whole thing right here, I don't get why this is here. It doesn't add anything to it. It doesn't even restrict me from using the blaster either, but it's not necessary. It should have had another tactical point. And what would we do with it? I don't know, but probably look cool. So it does okay. Can't take the rockets and can't take the mega. Internals, I've seen one of these things internally before. It's okay. It's not overly toe complex. You could do whatever you want with that. Modability, I don't think the I'm looking at it right now. Because, yeah, you could remove the air restrictors off this. So this is moddable and all that. You could also just remove the whole that guard thing as well. I don't think I've ever seen one modded though. That's the thing. It's like, why would you mod it? It already has like a pretty weird pullback on it. Like it's a little tougher than I remembered it. Yeah, but modability, it's like, yeah, it's not that hard to mod. Nothing, just practicality. Now this, again, it's the part where it's like, what does this do? Does this make it good or not? The practicality. Freaking borrowing the blasters, essentially you're carrying 2 disruptors. So that's good. 12 shots and everything. But again, versus like a retaliator with a 12 round mag, it's like you could sort of holster the retaliator and you could put accessories on it. And yeah, that's like, do you need it? Are you going to have accessories? Do you need the accessories? And again, you don't have to worry about the whole mag problem. You could just reload it and all that. So but you could. It's one of those things like, okay, this is not a bad idea. It's not a bad concept at all. It's pretty good and all that. If you didn't have to prime the darn thing by doing it like this. Let me grab another blaster. Like the Recon right here. You're dual wielding these two guys. You gotta freaking do that with them every single time versus having to use 2 hammer shots. But again, this one blaster has a Slamfire and doesn't need the 2 hammer shots. The problem I have with it that the Dominator kind of fixes is that when you do this stuff, it's kind of... This is why I don't like these slide back blasters that much. It's weird. You're not holding the blaster properly on all that. Again, because you guys know I'm trying to be a cop and everything. I'm trying to get proper police training and all that. I'm trying to freaking use the firearms properly and all that. And it's like, it's just a thing with my brain with it. And that like, okay, yeah, this is a fun toy and all that. Oh, look, you see it? It does the thing where it doesn't want to rotate. Let's see if it does it now. Nope. You always fix that by, I think. Yeah, you change it. That's how you fix it. So, like, my brain is, like, not working right, but if I had the stock, it'd be a lot easier. Like with the Dominator, right here. Even though the stock is bad, but I still... It's easier for me to use it. And all that. I feel more comfortable with it. Versus the... So it's like, not a bad idea, just not as practical. Even the Spectra, I would think, would be a better idea. But I do think that this thing is a pretty good idea. It's a good practicality. I'm going to say it's okay, because it's not that it's not bad. It's bad or anything, but it's... But I do think, like, yeah, you could use this thing for something. You could. It's a good loner blaster and all that. But I would love to see it with a stock attachment point, a barrel lug, and another tactical rail. I want to see an Elite 2.0 version of this, just an upgraded version using the same mechanism. I now know that Nerf has contracted their designs. So I say that this blaster is probably one of the better, like, I don't want to say it's iconic, but I want to say it's like people like it enough that when they see it, they know what it is and all that, they know what it does. It's recognizable. So this is a blaster that can have its design be improved on, and I'm probably going to buy the X-Shot version, compare the two. And all that. And I do want to paint it, but it's like, I don't really need this look. Because again, my stuff is very steampunk World War I looking. So this is not really needed for me. But anyway. So let's do the score. Got 4 for good. Oh, I forgot the price. How much did I pay for this? I don't remember. I'm dropping things. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. Let's say... Get it for $5. It's a good $5 blaster. Anything under than that is pretty good. Anything above $5 is not worth it. But $5 is good. Anything else is bad. The price is always the weirdest score because I always rank it on what I paid for it. And all that, and so prices may vary and everything. So I got 5 for good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for okay. So it's slightly above average. And I think it's and it's also a hard one because again it's like, I want to say novelty, but you don't really need this one. Again, because the X-Shot one exists. So I gotta compare the two because this could be very skippable. But again, if this performs better than the current X-Shot one, then it's like, okay, that's a novelty and everything. But if it performs bad, just skip it. Get the X-Shot one and everything. But again, it's like you get it for $2. There you go. And if you need a sci-fi blaster for a prop, there you go. It's pretty good. You can even keep this part and everything, and just make it look a little more rustic, and there you go. Pretty more weathered look to it. I'm going to say novelty for right now, but I might change my score when I do the comparison. But anyway, thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go off to bed. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.